Welcome to Deroko Technology Company. We are here to present to you a research made on agrochemicals and the effect to the human state and to the environment. Deroko Technology Company is here to let the world know the most harmful effect of agrochemicals to human, animals, and water bodies. Agrochemicals include pesticide, insecticide, and fertilizer, can have far-reaching effects on living organisms and environment. One of the primary concerns is the impact on non-target species such as beneficial insects, soil microorganisms, and aquatic life. Effect on living organisms on humans. So when we see the effect, we know that some of the effect that human organism will have is the eye irritation, direct contact when we come contact with these agrochemicals, respiratory issues from inhaling the droplets from these agrochemicals. We have headache due to exposure because you will be exposed to these agrochemicals whilst using them. Long-term effects, some of the weedicide are linked to cancer. And we know cancer is something that cannot be treated for long. You will be dying. So we need to take ourselves from this insecticide spray. Long-term exposure in agriculture will link to cancer, reproductive problems, and hormonal imbalances. Effects like nervous system with prolonged exposure. So you are going to have effect like the nervous system. Your nervous system will have effect due to the exposure of these agrochemicals. Effect, let's look at the effect on animals. We know that animals too are living organisms and they are beneficial to we humans. Toxic to livestock and pets. Animals who are feeding on these weeds. When they eat this grass, they are going to be poisoned because this insecticide spray has been sprayed on these grasses. And these animals are going to be poisoned with this insecticide spray. Some herbicides affect the nervous system of the animals too as compared to human beings. Herbicide residues can accumulate in bodies of animals and affect predators high up the food chain. Harm to pollinators. Herbicide may reduce flowering plants or directly harm bees, butterflies, and other pollinators. We know these animals that they cross pollination, butterflies and other bees. This pesticide is going to affect these animals, and when we don't put a stop to it, it is going to affect them a long way, and we are going to have that effect on us even as humans. And loss of biodiversity affects insects that rely on those plants for food or habitat. We know that these animals, some of them relies on these plants for habitat, for shelter. And if these animals, this pesticide is sprayed upon this plant, it is going to affect these animals for them to have For them to lack habitat, a place to live, a place to sleep, and a place to even have food from. Let's look at some of the effects on microorganisms. Now we know that there are organic way that we can plant our crops, and Deroko Technology is here to let you know how we can plant our crops in the organic way. But let's look at something that it will affect these animals, the microorganism in the soil. It kills beneficial microbes. This can reduce soil fertility and disrupt natural nutrient cycles. We know that this soil fertility is there to make these crops to grow fine so that we can be fed from. And looking at these agrochemicals, it is going to affect this soil nutrient, the nutrient that is in the soil, so that we can be able to grow our crops, so that the crops will be organic crops. And this agrochemical is going to affect these crops and the microbes in the crops. Microbial balance leading to poor plant health and possible pathogen growth. So it is going to affect this soil, the pathogen growth, the nutrient that the soil needs to produce its own food. It is going to affect it. Let's look at the effects on the water bodies. Now, many people think that it is only galamsey that is affecting human beings. It's affecting life. But Deroko technology is led to let you know that it is not only galamsey activities that is affecting our water bodies, but rather agrochemicals too is destroying what our water bodies. And let's look at some of the effects that this agrochemical is going to what affect our water bodies. Run from farms or sprayed areas can carry weedicide into rivers, lakes, and groundwaters. Contamination may lead to drinking water unsafe in increased water treatment costs. Now, looking at this point, we get to know that these agrochemicals, after being sprayed upon the weeds, we know that rain will fall and erosion will take place. After erosion has done taking place, we get to know that some will even go to the stream, some will go to the river, and human beings are going to take this water into their body system. And we know it's going to cause a harm to human state. It is going to destroy the lungs, the liver and what other human organs in the body. And it's going to harm human beings. Let's look at the other way around too. It's going to affect aquatic life. We know some animals too are what, living in the water. And some of these animals are what, fish and others. It is going to affect their habitat. They are not going to have even enough oxygen to what? To breathe whilst living in the water. It's going to damage them. It is going to lead them to death. And if we eat all these animals, it is going to what? Affect we human beings, our life. Some herbicide, when broken down, may increase nutrient level in water, continuing to algal blooms. Algal blooms block sunlight, reduce oxygen, and kill fish and other aquatic organisms. So, Deroko Technology is the #1 company to let the world know the best way to enhance agriculture system free from toxic substances that is causing harm to human, animals, water bodies, and others. Bringing this organic way will help the world to be safe from organisms, and this human will be safe. So the Deroko Technology Company will be in need of the world's support and more ideas in order to break the world free from toxic substances. Thank you.